I don't think that there are any gamers left who haven't heard about Saints Row franchise, or at least what it became. But for the most, the fourth installment in the franchise, Saints Row 4, was the game that made the franchise for them or absolutely broke it. And in this video, we'll be discussing whether Saints Row 4 is actually worth it to buy or worth it to play right now, a few years after its release and even after the release of the reboot of the game, or whether you should just move on and forget about Saints Row franchise completely, or just move on to the maybe to older games. So without further ado, let's just get started. And as always, as with every single one of our videos, I'm gonna be giving you the answer right away to not waste your time and just give you time to play some games or enjoy your life any way possible. So the answer is this: yes, Saints Row 4 is absolutely worth it. However, if you are going to look at it as a completely separate game, completely different game from the original trilogy. If you're gonna look at it as kind of like a spin-off of the main game, like very non-serious spin-off, then you're gonna have a lot of fun. But if you're gonna look at it as a continuation of some serious stories of Saints Row 2 or maybe even Saints Row 1, yeah, you are not gonna maybe have that much fun. But granted, this game is absolute power fantasy for majority of the gamers. But now, let's get into the details. And yeah, if you like game reviews and you don't like your time being wasted, yep, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because yeah, that helps me a lot. In anyways, thank you for being here. Now, Saints Row 4. Now, full disclaimer here, I'm pretty sure you've heard something about this game at least, but I know that a lot of people still expect this to be something like of a GTA clone, like open world, a gangster world game that you can play your criminal fantasies however you want. And there are still people who think that, I'm gonna destroy this notion right at this point, this game is not that. This game is absolutely not that. Only thing that it has common with the GTA franchise is just that it's an open world and a third-person game. That's all there is. And Saints Row 4 cannot be even called a shooter anymore because it's literally a superhero game. And all the other things that it has is just a leftover from the previous games. That's just it. But to understand what this game is, you need to understand the story. This game is taking place right after the Saints Row 3. You're playing as the boss, basically your created character that can be male or female in any and customized in any way possible. And you are on a mission to save the United States from a terrorist attack. And well, after you do that, you crash land accidentally into a White House, and now a few years later, you are the president of the US. Now, before you're gonna say, what the hell even is this plot? Like, guy just dropped in the White House and then becomes president? Yeah, it's silly. The entire game is like that. Nothing in this game is serious, except maybe a few very touching moments. But yeah, this game is absolutely bonkers, like off this world and off the charts, non-serious. So if you're not gonna expect anything serious from this game, you're not gonna get it. Because yeah, this game is just pure non-serious fun. And while story-wise, when you become a president, after just a little while, the Earth will be attacked by aliens and you and your crew will be abducted and put into kind of like a Matrix simulation. And yeah, the entire superhero premise in this game is that you are in a simulation and you can do whatever you want in the simulation. Like, I'm not gonna be spoiling anything because yeah, some of you might still want to enjoy the story because weirdly enough, the story is pretty cool as well. It's just off the charts. Is it just off the charts bonkers? And it's pretty cool nonetheless that you might want to enjoy for yourself. So after around an hour or two, the game just fully kicks in. You are put into this world, which is exactly the same world from the Saints Row 3, but with some additional alien structures and some very, very minor changes. So yeah, if you're familiar with the world from Saints Row 3, you're gonna be familiar here as well. And what's cool in this game that everything that was, well, almost everything that was in Saints Row 3 has been brought in this game as well. You have your weapons, your weapon customization, you have your cars, you have full customization of your cars and things like that. But but the majority of the things are becoming practically useless, except for maybe weapons, but definitely for the cars, after you are gonna unlock your superpowers, and at least in some degree, not even fully. When you unlock your superpowers, at least on some level, like cars becoming absolutely, well, obsolete because of your traversal powers. You have super speed, you can jump really tall, you can wall run, you can glide, and you can do this faster than any vehicle and any transport in this game. So yeah, everything, every system for the vehicle customizations just becomes absolutely useless. Thankfully, what you have while you're on foot is a radio. So if you want to listen to music while you're on foot, you can do that. And that's actually a pretty good thing because yeah, game has very, very good soundtrack. And even attacking powers, you have some telekinesis, you have your power stomps, you have your energy projectiles, and this is an ultimate superhero fantasy. There are also, of course, very well explicit weapons as well that, well, I'm not going to be talking about those, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about, of course. The entire game story and premise is all about finding your crew, releasing them from the Matrix. It's not called the Matrix, of course, but yeah, I'm gonna call it the Matrix. You're gonna release them, and one by one, you're fighting to defeat the aliens and its leader Zinyak, which is pretty cool and pretty fun villain as well. And you don't have multiple villains in this game. You actually really have only one. Zinyak is only one villain, the main villain that you have. And yeah, he's pretty fun and pretty cool villain, which is weirdly British. So yeah, just take whatever you want from that. But what about the pricing? How much this game will actually cost you? So game is available on Steam for the base price of $14.99 for tier 1 countries and $9.99 for tier 2 countries, and it can go as low as $2.99 for tier 1 countries and $1.99 for tier 2 countries. Right now I'm talking about the base game. The game has a bunch of cosmetic DLCs, a bunch of different weapons, different outfits and things like that. But yeah, base game's price is that. And as you can see, it can be very, very cheap. However, as of recording of this video, the game will also be available on an Epic Game Store for free very soon after the release of the video. So yeah, just know that you can get this game for around a week after this video will be released for absolutely free. So is this game actually worth to play or even worth to buy? So let's talk about if you're gonna get this game for free. Yes, this game is absolutely worth it. This game is just an absolute sandbox of a power fantasy with pretty cool story. Yes, at the end the game is becoming pretty repetitive because you have same activities over and over again, but this is the bane of practically all the open world. This game is not perfect. This game might not be even great. This game is very good open world. But yeah, from today's day and age, I don't even expect great open world games anymore. And for what it does and how it takes itself seriously or not seriously, yeah, game does it perfectly fine. And even if you didn't get this game for free, for $3? Really? You're gonna complain getting this game of this size for $3? Yep, I don't think so. Plus, you can play this game in co-op with the friends. Granted, the co-op on a PC is not very stable. It is crashing pretty often, and if you're gonna crash in the co-op mission, yeah, the mission is failed. So just know and expect that as well. Overall, Saints Row 4 is pretty good game. It's not perfect, it's not amazing. Maybe it could be a bit better. The graphics do not hold that amazingly, but so game is almost decade old. So yeah, not much that you can expect from there. If you're gonna get this game for free, you got a great deal. If you're gonna get this game for a discounted price, you'll still get a great deal. And if you're gonna get this game for a full price, for 15 bucks, yeah, that's an amazing deal as well. Even though I don't suggest you to do that because yeah, game is old and you will most likely get this game for really, really cheap. So yeah, get Saints Row 4. Well, I guess this will be it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you want to support channel a little bit more, you can always use the YouTube join button or support us on a Patreon that we have in the description down below. And I hope to see you in our next video. See ya.